Here!
25 songs from 15 to 16 in King Cooley. In King Cooley? You know where those giant...
This is Tibet. This is Curly's brother.
Okay, you know those giant stairs where there's the giant sliding hill?
Yeah.
How do I turn off Messenger everything how do I turn off Messenger and everything so that none of that can interfere with this phone call that's going to come? What's wrong?
Oh, I just woke up.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Shit, sir.
I'm sorry. It's just you know my phone. You know the phone's better than I do.
Yeah, all good.
Like we got like 4 minutes or so before the phone call should come.
Okay.
We'll put Wesley on the fucking bed in there in case they'll have witnesses if it doesn't come, or because I just put one video on there.
Yeah.
And I was talking to her, and all of a sudden it went dead.
Oh.
Like talking to, explaining what was going on, and it went dead. Like it was hacked.
Oh shit.
Not quite like when they convinced my phone it was the 28th, but.
Yeah.
This one's him too.
On Messenger, you go to notifications.
There's Messenger Lite, Facebook Lite, all those pretty well need off.
Yeah, I'm gonna turn. Okay, yeah.
You ever singing it?
Yeah, there.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Ever singing that song?
Oh.
The song I was just playing.
Yeah, passed out. Bored. I'm gonna have some coffee, maybe that'll wake me.
Yeah. Sounds good.
But everyone just sounds like the same person in the hip hop industry for the words they use. You know what I mean? Like people need to start creating new slang words or talking code words for industry words. That like from this city community.
Hello.
That's like known for this.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello?
Hello.
Hi there, is this Jerry Craig?
Yes, it is.
Hi there, I'm calling from the Residential Tenancy Dispute Resolution Service.
Yes.
We have a telephone hearing with your landlord.
Yeah. I don't think this can handle the procedural matters. I think I'd like to make a request for judicial review.
Okay, I'm just going to connect you back with your landlord, and then you can make that request again, okay?
Okay. Yep.
All right, is Miss Jassia still there?
Helen's here, yeah. She just went to answer the door. She'll be right back, but I'm here.
Okay, this is Miss Crazy?
Mrs. Krejci, yeah.
Okay, and Mr. Craig, you're still there?
Yes, I am.
Okay, just to let you both know that our hearings are recorded. We are officially on the record. For the record, it is August 20th, 2021. The time is 2:34 p.m. Case number is R217150. Applicant landlord. Can I please have the landlord to say and spell your name for the record?
It's N-H-A, and my last name is K-R-E-J-C-I.
Thank you. And your representative is Helen back yet?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
It's Helen, and then last name is G-A-Z-I-C-A.
Thank you. Can I please have the tenant to please say and spell your name for the record?
Jerry Luke Craig, and there's going to be no other tenants. I just basically want to tell you right now, I don't think this board has jurisdictional authority over the matters at hand. Like, number one, even the fire wasn't even mentioned on this, and that was what started this all. And
Okay, Mr. Craig, 1 second. Just let me finish outlining what this is about first.
Okay,
And then
sorry.
you'll get an opportunity to talk.
Okay.
Okay, can you spell your name for me for the record?
Capital Jerry, Luke, Luke, Craig, Craig.
Thank you. I'm Tenancy Dispute Officer Hui. I will be presiding over this hearing. Orders issued are legally binding with the same force and effect as a court order. All evidence will be provided under oath. I'm going to swear you all into an affirmation. Do you solemnly affirm that the evidence you will be giving shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Miss Tracy.
Yes.
Thank you. Miss Garcia.
Yes.
Thank you. Mr. Craig.
Yes.
Thank you. Now, it's my understanding that the applicant landlord applied for an abridgment of service, and what that means is she indicated there are some serious concerns that require an earlier hearing date. This matter was approved, okay, and there was an order issued that she only needs to serve the tenant with 2 clear business days. It's my understanding that the tenant was served on August 17th, so I'm going to confirm proper service under the Residential Tenancies Act. Today's application is made by the landlord to terminate the tenancy. This relates to a house located at 469 9th Street Southeast in Medicine Hat. Is that correct, Ms. Garcia?
Yes.
Term of agreement, April 1st, 2019. And is this a month-to-month or is it a 1-year lease, Ms. Garcia?
It was month to month.
Okay. Monthly rent is $650. Is that correct?
It is with the addition of $50 to go towards a water bill.
I disagree. I disagree.
Mr. Craig,
I disagree. That's a lie.
you get an opportunity to talk. Okay. So this is why we're here today. Mr. Craig, I need to explain some things to you. Okay? This proceeding is similar to a court proceeding.
Yes.
Okay? Now, the landlord has chosen to come to RTDRS instead of provincial court. They have every right to do that, and that's why we're here. The decision that I make today is equivalent to a court order. Okay, now, at the beginning of this hearing, you indicated that there is no jurisdiction, so can you explain that to me? Why do you feel we have no jurisdiction?
Well, because, first off, it's a quasi-jurisdictional board, right? And you get
No, it's not.
Okay, well, anyways, all the stuff that I got a phone call and I got a tape that I was talking to you guys, and all of a sudden it gets manipulated. Everything I send in doesn't get there. And then I recorded it, and I believe that you guys, like, for the fact that she turned the water off, you guys aren't allowed to pass sentence on that, right? But if it was a court, then they could deal with that matter, right?
I don't understand what you're talking about.
You
You indicated that you called our office?
yeah. I got a recording of it. I got a recording about that, asking them if they had received any of my stuff, and that basically that the stuff was getting manipulated, like getting cut off. I've actually had some stuff taken right off my computer, and I've actually got video of it. And then right in the middle of a conversation, she was gone. But I got tape of that too. Like, so what I'm saying is, I think it needs to go in front of the Court of Queen's Bench for to have a competent jurisdiction that can handle matters that are outside the procedural bounds of this court.
Okay, Mr. Craig, I don't think you have a full understanding of what we do here. I'm going to tell you that this hearing proceeds. Okay?
Okay, you can say it. This is being taped, by the way.
Listen. After we finish this hearing, if you disagree with it, you can appeal it to the Court of Queen's Bench.
Okay, thank you.
This hearing is proceeding.
Okay, sure.
All right. Now, I'm going to hear from the landlords first, okay, as to why they are seeking termination. Then I'll hear from Mr. Craig. After that, I'm going to make a decision, okay? I ask that everyone respect this process, not interrupt the other party, okay? Now, Ms. Garcia.
Yeah.
Okay, Zika, can you please tell me why you're seeking termination right now?
Because Jerry has allowed people to...
Okay, can you speak up a little bit? I think you're really far away from the phone. I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Not really.
Sorry, let me just try to... I'm going to take you off the speaker. It might be better. Can you hear me now?
Yes, thank you.
Okay. The reason why my mother has done the eviction and why we are seeking the determination of it is because the place was rented to Jerry, and he ended up subletting out the shed and allowing people to move on the property with tents, all of which were not permitted. Plus, during the time that everything was happening, there was stuff that these tenants started doing where there was a fire that was caused, there was garbage brought to the property. The tenant in the front, she is scared to go to the backyard to put the garbage because of the way that the people that he has there are not, they're into drugs and other stuff. And the neighbors have called the cops. The cops, I had spoke to Constable, what's his name? I can't remember. Viner. I have to look it up. Sorry. Anyway, in the month of August, up until day before yesterday, I spoke with him, they had been to the premise 6 times in just from the beginning of August to deal with issues, either it be fighting, fire caused on the fence, the tenants, the neighbors, because of who's been allowed to come there. So that is why we're seeking termination. There's also been destruction of property.
Really?
Jerry has claimed, that the fridge was not working, and we show up and it's all in parts and outside. There's broken glass out on the property that has been caused. And so that's why we're seeking termination of the tenancy and to have him and all occupants removed. We did give him an eviction notice. He was to be out we originally gave him one at the beginning of August. I'm just pulling the paperwork up. Bear with me here. We originally served him, my mother had served him on August 4th, I believe it was the first original one. But what happened is she ended up accidentally putting on their August 4th to July, let me just grab it so I can actually read it to you. We're just going to grab the letter here. Oh, right here. So she originally gave him July 19th she had given him an eviction letter to vacate, doing the fact of the damage on the property. He hasn't allowed us to enter the property. There was been threats indirectly made to my mother. So what happened is she dated a letter of eviction to him on July 19th. However, she ended up putting on the title July 19th-August 3rd. And so we weren't too sure if it would hold up. So we gave him a second eviction letter of the 2 weeks notice. And that one was dated, we have a lot of papers here that we're going through. Where's that other one, Mom? I believe you guys have it in file. Then we dated another letter we wrote when we realized about the date that we weren't sure if that would hold. We ended up giving him another letter on August 3rd, asking him to vacate by noon on August 20th, and nothing had happened. But in the meantime, we have had all these issues with people that Jerry has allowed to be on there, plus the damages and the neighbors and the constant calling. So that's why we're seeking for him to be removed.
Now, you submitted pictures with your application. When were these pictures taken?
Those pictures were taken on August 3rd, I believe, when we served him. August 3rd, we took those pictures. We do have more pictures from the last time we had been there. When we served him on the 17th, we did take additional pictures.
Let's just slow down. Let's just slow down. Okay, so you took these pictures on August 7th. You went back to the property on August 17th. You took additional pictures. I don't have the pictures, but tell me, what did you see on August 17th? Were there just slow down. Slow down. On August 17th, when you were there, what did you see? Did you still see people in tents? Did you still see people living there?
Yes, on August 17th, in fact, there was a lady, a new person, I think. It didn't look like the same lady that was living in there on August 3rd when we were there. But there was a new lady with her partner. I don't know if it was a partner or not. I can't say for certain. But they were living in the shed. The tent that was there was taken down, but then there was another tent in the middle of the yard, just kind of flattened out. And then when I served him, when I brought the papers to him personally, or to the door, the gentleman had answered. He was a new guy, and he said, I asked him who he was, he identified him as a tenant.
Mr. Craig, can you please be quiet?
Okay.
I need to be able to hear this.
Yep.
You get your opportunity to speak.
Oh, yeah, that's fine, sorry.
If you're speaking to someone else, just mute your phone. Thank you. Okay. Okay, so you said you went there, new person, living in the shed. There's another new tent in the middle of the backyard that's flattened out. That's all I heard.
Yeah, and then when I went to the door to give the package to Jerry, the tenant, the roommate, the guy identified him. None of these guys would give us their names and told us to leave. So the gentleman who was at the door, I asked him, I said, who are you? And he said, I'm his roommate. And I'm like, okay. So I served him a package, plus I gave him the package to give to Jerry. And at that time, that was all for that person. But in the yard, there was just extra garbage. There was a truck that's now parked there with a trailer that had that fridge that was all broken, loaded with some broken glass in it. There was also pieces of the fence that were in a pile, taken off the fence, put in a pile by the So I'm just trying to do this by memory. I don't have my phone, the pictures opened up on my phone in front of me. What else? What was it? Oh, the garbage can that was burnt. And I don't know if that was part of the fence burning, Mom, that garbage can. That was part of the fence. I don't know if the garbage can was a new burn or an old burn. That I'm unclear of. But that was definitely.
I don't need details about the garbage can.
Okay. Yeah, so that's basically it. And then I actually spoke to the officer who is. There's been so many that I've been talking to, so I get all their names mixed up.
That's okay.
But I did ask him, and he did give me a file number because the officer that went there, he actually said to me that Jerry told him directly that he was subletting to 7 people because it was the officer that phoned us that was there the first time, like earlier, and at that time there was like 4 people on the property, and then at this time telling them to leave. I guess Jerry made a statement, and I guess it made a statement to the officer saying, well, I've got 7 people and they're all allowed to be here. So that's, Josh Vander.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
Okay, yeah.
You said officer. Just 1 second. Slow down. You said officer. Is this a police officer? What kind of officer?
This one I spoke to, I believe, was a police officer, but we had both that I've been in contact with, some bylaw 2 police officers, and I never really wrote down their information, but it's all on their files.
That's okay. I just need to know if this was a police officer that was telling you this.
Yeah, this one was a police officer because he's the one that I asked him if he could give me some report that I could produce to you guys, and he told me, he goes, just so you know, he goes, you can't give me information, he goes, but we've attended 6 calls in August alone to the issues that we're dealing with.
Okay, that's good. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, Mr. Craig.
Yeah, okay. First off, I'd like...
No. I'm going to ask you questions.
Okay, sure.
Slow down. Everybody just slow down. Okay, Mr. Craig. My first question is, who lives there with you?
Actually lives here? There's just me and my roommate.
Okay, you and your roommate?
Yes.
Okay. Is your roommate on the lease?
No, but my last one wasn't either.
Okay. Did you get permission for your roommate to stay there from your Did you get permission from your landlord?
Same way I did with the last one that stayed for 6 months. Same way.
Okay. What is the same way? I asked you whether or not you got permission.
I just said when I told them before that I was going to set somebody to live here and that I'd get somebody to place them, they said okay.
No. Okay. So you said you got permission from your landlord.
Yes, for that, yeah.
Okay. All right. Now I want to ask you, what is the condition of your backyard right now?
It's perfect.
It's what?
I had the letter. I have all the pictures to send them in. They're all listed on Facebook right now. But it's all been cleaned up. Everything she says is bullshit. But yeah, it's all cleaned up.
Okay, so it did look like that at one point then.
Oh yeah, right after the fire. Yeah.
Okay.
But I don't understand why there's no mention of the fire.
I'm going to keep asking you questions. Okay, so you're telling me the backyard has been cleaned up?
Yes.
Okay, when did it get cleaned up?
When they phoned and said we were wrecking the fence and we had the trailer back there and hauling the stuff back out. Then the police came.
I need a date.
I'm not sure of the date. I'm not sure of the date. I don't know the
Was
date.
it beginning of August? Mid-August? July? When was it cleaned up?
14th, 15th probably.
14th, 15th of what?
August.
Okay.
Everything's been done to comply.
Everything is what?
Everything's been done to comply.
Okay, what do you mean by comply?
Well, when they said the stuff was a mess, the mess was from the fire. Now the police didn't even show up for the fire. Like I don't understand that. And
I'm not talking about a fire right now.
No, but that's how it started. Was the fire?
Okay, I don't want to hear about fire. So
Okay.
I want to know, did anyone set up a tent in your backyard?
I had a friend over and he did set up a tent, yes.
Okay, how long does this friend stay in the tent?
Until I said it was causing too much problems.
Okay, roughly how many days?
Week, 2?
I'm sorry?
A week or 2?
Did you tell your landlord?
I didn't realize I had to tell the landlord to put a tent up. I figured after...
Did you have anyone stay in the shed with you? Did you have anyone stay in the shed?
No, that's a smoking room.
Okay. Now, the landlord is alleging that you have, a lot of garbage on the property. You indicated that you have since cleaned it up around, approximately August 15th and 16th.
Yeah.
Landlord is also alleging that you have other people living there, okay, in sheds or tents on the property. You indicated that you had one friend stay in a tent for about a week or so.
Yeah,
in
him
your
and his girlfriend, yeah.
Okay, I'm just repeating what you told me, okay?
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Okay.
I was
So
agreeing with you.
also said what?
I was agreeing with you.
Okay, well, give me an opportunity to talk before you agree. Okay, you said the shed, no one lives in there. However, it is used as a smoking room. Is that correct?
Yes.
How many people smoke in there?
Whoever comes over to smoke.
All right. Okay, now the landlord is also indicating that there is a damage to your fridge. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
The fridge, I had kept telling her I needed it changed. It didn't work. I actually had messaged her son Tony and about that, and nothing was ever done. That was I went to about a month or two with the fridge not working, and I went and bought one.
Okay, what did you do with the old one?
It was out back. It can't be the landlord's got to dispose of it because it's the freon in that, I figured they'd.
Did you tell the landlord that?
Yes, yes.
Okay, I didn't ask my question yet. Did
But-
you tell your landlord, okay, that you bought your own and you moved theirs out?
I didn't tell. I told them eventually when they didn't come to fix it. I just moved it out. I didn't tell them no. With this COVID going on and stuff, it seems like nobody wants to really come over.
Okay, well, even with COVID coming on, there should still be communication with your landlord. It's their property.
Yeah, I'm not so sure she agrees because she's turned her phone off, so I can't even get through to her. I've got a whole bunch of texts and stuff that I was submitting that actually showed everything and told everything, but like I said, there's been manipulation. So I guess I'll have to get him to appeal if I don't agree with the decision.
Yeah. Okay. Now, I do want to explain, okay, that there are a lot of discrepancies, okay, between what the landlord has said and what you have told me.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yep.
Some of the things we kind of agree, okay, when that the backyard was a mess before. Okay, you indicated that has been cleaned up. You said there was a tent set up and you did have a friend there. Okay, you did move out a fridge. So there are some facts that are, similar. Okay, but the details are a little bit different. Okay, I want to explain as an adjudicator. Okay, I have to weigh the evidence. Okay, and what that means is I listen to both parties, and when the facts are slightly different, I have to weigh the evidence and say what likely happened. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Is it more likely that what the landlord has said happened, or is it more likely what the tenant has said has happened?
Mm.
Okay, so that's what I have to weigh here.
Okay.
Okay, so
Can I say one thing before you weigh them?
Just wait 1 second, okay? So I want to explain that, okay? So I don't want either party calling the other party manipulative or lying, any of that, okay? It's just that we have different sets of facts based on different interpretations, okay? So leave all the facts and leave everything to me. I will hear everything, but just go with what you think happened, okay? So that's what I want to say. Now, Mr. Craig, I asked you a little bit of questions in relation to the allegations made against you by the landlord. Now I want to open it up for you to tell me whatever else you want me to consider.
Okay.
Okay?
Am I allowed?
So, Mr. Craig, go ahead.
I can talk now?
Yeah.
Okay. First off, it's not like I don't pay rent. I paid rent for I don't know. It must be close to 3 years. Whatever. I have all the stuff I sent in, but apparently you guys didn't get it. But the first point is that when I started out, my the damage deposit, I didn't have the full amount, so I had sent an extra $50 a month to cover that I was short, and it never. And I figured, well, that's just extra. That she'll know the rest is mine. And then I asked for it, and she said no, and I'm thinking, well, that's not right. So then I figured, well, what I'm going to do is I'll eventually, when I leave, I'll just make an order in for the amount that's over the $650, and then we can figure it out from then. And I just leave it the same way because it's a third-party check, and it goes to that to the to the landlord, and the rent is stated $650. There's no other bill stated on the thing, and so that was one of the issues at hand. So I think there's like $1,800 or something owed, and the other thing is,
Just let me address that, okay? Just 1 second, okay?
Yep.
Now, Mr. Craig, I want to explain to you, as a tenant, you have every right to bring forward your own application to RTDRS.
Yeah, no, I am.
Just listen, okay? That means, okay, if you think that the landlord was not following legislation, if they are miscalculating the amount that you owe or that you paid, you can bring forward your own application.
Yeah.
That's not something that I can hear today or that I can make a decision on. Okay? So I don't want you to feel like I'm cutting you off, but I'm just trying to tell you that what you're telling me is also important, but you have to make your own application.
Yeah, no, I have made my own application. The part I was bringing up about the stuff not getting through and being hacked is part that's going towards that application. And that's why I felt this didn't have jurisdictional bounds, because it wasn't looking at the full matter honestly and objectively. Now, I don't, if that's fine, if I'm not allowed to, I would like to point it out that she did turn the water off on me, and that is against the law. And she said that she basically was having it fixed, but with the indications and the stuff they kept changing on the text that she sent me, and originally it was some note tied or a tape to the outside of the house. Not to the outside of the yard. So I didn't ever even knew that it happened. And when she turned the water back on, now it's only at a quarter of the pressure. So obviously she's doing stuff she's not supposed to, but that's fine. And if you're not allowed to hear my side, then I'll have to wait till mine gets through. But you know now that I did apply for it.
Okay, so that's what I'm trying to get at.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. Go ahead.
It's not that there's any kind of jurisdictional matter, okay?
Oh, but there is. There is.
Just listen. Okay? This will help you understand the process. Today's application is made by the landlord, so I can only make a decision to the landlord's application. Even if you made your own application, that's when we would hear it. Okay? It doesn't mean that both matters are going to be heard at the same time. It doesn't mean that it is only fair if both matters are heard at the same time.
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense. Okay?
Okay.
Your application is also important. We will hear it in a separate date.
Okay.
That's all that means.
Okay. Yeah. But I can finish, right? The fact that I was supposed to have witnesses here, right? I had to notify you about the witnesses to the phone, right? You didn't get none of that, did you?
I don't have anything from you. No,
See, that's what I mean. So how can it be even fair if you don't even have the stuff I submitted?
Okay. So tell me a little bit about.
I got the witnesses here. That'll work.
Just answer me, okay, Mr. Craig?
Because the witness.
It's not going to be very helpful for you at all.
Well,
okay?
no, I'm just saying that it would prove that she was never assaulted, or she's never even
Just let me ask the question.
Okay.
Okay, you said you have evidence to submit.
Yep.
What kind of evidence would you submit in relation to the landlord's application?
Oh, it has
Not
a
about your
picture.
own stuff.
It has a picture of all the stuff that she says that isn't true, like the yard being a mess, not being cleaned up. It has the pictures of when they took it. Yes, I got those pictures too, but I've also got the pictures afterwards when it's cleaned up. Like, and they're for everybody to view on Facebook on my webpage.
Okay, so you're telling me that you have to. Just 1 second. So you're telling me that you have evidence to submit indicating that the property has already been cleaned up. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, now listen to me. Okay? I don't need to see those pictures because you told me on today's hearing, you told me that you cleaned it up. I trust you. Okay? What you told me is under oath as part of your evidence.
Yeah.
Okay? So that's it. Okay? I don't necessarily need to see the pictures because you told me under oath that you cleaned up.
That's right.
Okay. So I don't need to see the pictures. What other evidence do you have?
The fence that was burned up is replaced.
That's why the footprints will in the garbage.
And that's where all the garbage came. And the other thing about the garbage, 3/4 of it was from the last tenant, which is her son. So I want that part brought up too.
You want what?
I said that the fence that was burned, the fence that started all this, the fence that got the first phone call about the fire that the police never showed up at, that fence, all that garbage that they took the pictures of, it's all gone. And the fence is replaced and fixed. And if I was going to make damage to anything, I wouldn't be fixing stuff, would I?
Okay, what else do you need to say?
That she was never threatened. She was getting herself all worked up, and I said, calm down, breathe. She might have took that the wrong way. The fact that my roommate was, when she served, like, he didn't, hey, did you say anything to the lady that was derogatory or anything?
Did you tell her?
No, we're not doing that.
No,
Okay, sorry.
I never
No.
said nothing.
You're not doing that.
Okay, sorry.
You're providing me testimony, you're not asking someone in the background for something.
Well, yeah, okay, no, that's fine. Sorry. But I think I pretty well stated it. The fact that now the water's back on at a quarter pressure, that's an interesting story. And yes, I will submit all this stuff on my own application because you can't deal with it. That's fine. I have no problem with that.
Okay, Mr. Chris, one more question for you. Did you want to continue staying there, or does it sound like you're very happy either?
What's that? I would like to. I would like a decent amount of time to get out.
Okay, and how much time is that?
30 days.
Why do you need 30 days?
Well, because I still have to find a place. And like I've had no quiet enjoyment, and I've been totally constantly harassed. So yeah, it's not even time that I can think of me, let alone anything else. But yeah, I do need 30 days. And since they've already took the rent for this month, I think I should at least be able to stay what I paid for.
Okay.
And I noticed on her form she filled out, she said that she was doing that 2185. Like, why would she do that? She took this month's rent. And she took this month's rent after she filled out the forms, which should make it void, no?
No.
Okay. Deal matter.
Okay. All right. Ms. Gazika, do you have anything else you want to add before I make my decision?
Absolutely. I actually had just texted the tenant in the front of the house, and I just asked her if there's people there right now and if the garbage has been cleaned up, and she said, nope, there's people in the shed, there's bike parts, there's garbage everywhere. So it's not cleaned up according to my tenant, and she just sent me pictures. So that actually has not been done. Also, can I address, in regards to the package, I'm not sure if do you receive both packages of everything we've uploaded? Can you hear me? Hello?
Yeah.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you hear what I just said about the tenant in the front?
Yeah.
Okay. So, anyways, on page 2 of the lease agreement, it shows that he used to pay $650 for rent, and then it shows he's responsible for water. There's a check mark on number 6 there. Now, we have not deposited August 1st check because he was given an eviction notice for July 19th, so it's currently in our possession right now. Jerry does not pay cash from his pocket. It comes from Alberta government. So the Alberta government has set up, because that's $650 plus the $50 water payment, the government actually sends my mother $700 a month, which covers that when he talks about the rent being $650 and he's being responsible for the water. That's what has been set up between him and them and my mom at the time they all got the lease.
Okay, but it is
No.
in your possession right now. It's in
It
your
is in my possession right
Okay.
now.
And it's up to you. It's up to you whether or not you want to deposit it, but it's in your hands. You have his rent.
Right. Yes. Because we gave him an eviction for the 19th to be out. Like I said, we had the wrong date, and then we did it again.
Okay, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear
Okay. Sorry. And then as for the water thing that he is talking about, having the water shut off, we did have a leak in the hot water tank that feeds his apartment, and the tenant in the front actually posted on his door indicating that the water was going to be shut off because we had a plumber come on August 15th to address the water. It was repipe right-hand water heater is what we had the guy come and do. So that's what happened there. We did not shut off his water at all. It was.
How long was he without water then?
I think that it was done that day. The guy finished that day. He has an hour and a half. He shows August 15th. He has an hour and a half for labor, so I'm guessing he was without water for an hour and a half on August 15th. Oh, was it longer? How long was he without water?
Yeah, we are. Over.
A day and a half.
My mom, I guess, said
A day and a half.
a day.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was not water completely. Was it all the water or just the hot water?
Okay, that's fine. Okay.
Oh, sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. My mistake. It was, I guess, a day. We had the hot water tank. Mom said she came to.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
But what else did I need to address? I'm not sure. And also, he's had more than 30 days with us asking him, and with all the complaints and the tenants and the neighbors and the cops, we don't want him to have a 30-day notice. He's had more than enough time, and every time we've been there, he keeps telling us, take it to the courts, we'll see what they decide, is what he keeps telling us. So he knows the system and the thing, and I don't think he'll leave in 30 days, in 10 days or nothing. I believe it's going to be a bailiff that we're going to need to come
All
in
right.
there.
Hey, let's not talk about hypotheticals.
Okay, sorry.
I don't need
Yeah.
to hear.
Yeah.
All right.
So, no, yeah.
Let's-
So just,
Okay. Do you have anything else new to us?
also too, when he says no one's living in the place on that exhibit.
Okay, you just use that. Okay, that's fine.
Okay, I just showed you. There is a picture of a girl sleeping in there. That'll be the picture in the shed.
Yep. Okay. I've heard everyone's testimony. I'm ready to make my decision into this application.
Can I state
Okay.
one thing?
Is it new?
I believe so.
All right.
First off, she stated that the welfare made the decision of what to give them. The welfare
Okay.
doesn't
I
have.
don't want to hear about that.
But
I
I'm
don't
just saying. I.
Mr. Craig, I don't need to hear about that.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Who pays your rent does not matter to me. That does not matter to me, okay?
Okay.
I don't need to hear anything more about that.
Okay. The
I've
fact.
heard everyone's testimony. What is this now? I've heard everyone's testimony. I'm ready to make a decision into this application. My decision is based on the Residential Tenancies Act. I consider the information provided to me by the landlord and the tenant. Okay, there is a lot of discrepancy in relation to what the landlord has said and what the tenant has said. However, there are some similarities, okay, that I can pull out or extract from what everyone has said. Okay, now the landlord has indicated that there are other people living there. Okay, the tenant has indicated that he has a roommate there and he got permission from the landlord. He also indicated he had a friend that was set up in a tent for a week or so in his backyard. Okay. Now the landlord is also indicating that the property is extremely cluttered. Okay, in the backyard, there's a lot of garbage back there. The tenant has indicated that it has since been cleaned up. Okay. The landlord has also indicated that there is, damage to potentially a fridge. Okay. Tenant has indicated that, there was a fridge that did not work. He told his landlord that he needed to be changed. And when that didn't happen, the tenant bought his own fridge. Okay.
Can I say something? Oh,
No!
oh, sorry. Okay.
I'm making my decision right now.
Sorry.
Obviously, you both are very frustrated with each other, and you both have a lot to say, but I've heard enough.
Okay, that's
Hearing anything more is not going to change anything. You guys dispute a lot of different facts. You guys have different interpretations. I'm trying my best to pull everything together and to make a fair decision. So I just ask that everybody listen to me. In relation to the fridge, okay, I'm going to repeat myself now. The tenant indicated that he told the landlord it needed to be changed. It wasn't changed, so he bought a new one and moved the old one out. He did this without the permission of the landlord. He did not know that he needed to tell the landlord. Now, obviously, based on everyone's testimony, okay, there is a lot of this tenant and landlord relationship is not going to work out. Okay. Now, the tenant indicated that he is paid up for the entire month. Okay. And that he needs 30 days to move out. The landlord has indicated she did get the rent, okay, money, okay, hasn't been deposited, but it is in their possession. And the landlord has a lot of grave concerns in relation to letting this tenant stay for longer. Okay, now based on what I'm hearing, okay, that the landlord has a lot of concerns, the tenant disputes a lot of the things, and as I said before, I have to weigh the evidence that's before me, and based on the information, I do have to find in favor of the landlord. Okay, I believe there has been a breach of Section 21B, that there is an interference, that the tenant will not in a significant manner interfere with the rights of either the landlord or other tenants in the premises. The landlord has also indicated that the other tenant in the property is scared to go to the backyard, even to throw away her garbage. Now, I'm also finding a breach of Section 21F, that the tenant will maintain the premises and any property rented in a reasonably clean condition. Based on the pictures that was provided to me, it was not a reasonably clean condition, despite the tenant saying that he has cleaned it up. I have to consider that he did let this place get to that point before he cleaned it up. Today, I am ordering tenancy to terminate on August 25th, 2021. That's Wednesday. Tenancy to vacate no later than noon on August 25th, 2021 to vacate the rental premises. Now, in relation to the rent, I'm going to ask that the landlord calculate it. Okay, the tenant is only responsible for 25 days. Provide that in a statement of account outlining exactly how much you are entitled for 25 days. Return the remaining amount, okay, to the tenant. After your calculations with damages and the security deposit, do all of that. Now, I'm also going to outline, okay, that my order needs to be registered with the Court of Clean Bench. Ms. Gazika, did you want me to register it for you?
Please.
Okay, I will do that. Now, another thing I need to explain to you, that once you get the registered order, either today or on Monday, you need to serve your tenant as soon as you can with a registered order. Now, this order is an order for possession, meaning that if the tenant does not vacate by Wednesday on August 25th, and all the occupants, the landlord can contact the bailiff to assist him in vacating the rental premises. Also have to explain that this order does not prevent Mr. Craig from filing his own application at a later date. He has every right to do that, and there isn't a time limit, okay? Ideally, he does it within 2 years, but I'm assuming that Mr. Craig will do that sooner rather than later, okay? So this order does not prevent him from filing his own application. Now, also, I want to explain that the landlord, if there are any kind of damages, okay, you can file your own application, a damages application, after the tenant vacates. Okay, so this order is standalone. Okay, it does not affect any future applications. All right, does anyone have any questions?
Yes, I do.
I
All right.
You can go first. You go first, Helen. Go ahead.
No, she said she doesn't.
Okay, first off, with all the COVID stuff that's going on, am I allowed to go down there and actually do an appeal for this, or is the courts closed up? So can I start so I can appeal yours on the grounds that you said I could appeal before? So I should be able to go right in there and do it then, right?
Okay, so you have to give me an opportunity to answer. Okay. All the courts are open. You can file an appeal with the Court of Clean Bench. Okay, within 30 days after you receive the registered order. Okay, so don't do it today. You need to have that registered order in your hand before you file an appeal, or else they're not going to know what you're appealing.
Okay, thank you. Question again. How many days do I got to appeal it for? Like, I mean, like if I can't go in and appeal.
30 days. Yes, 30 days.
Okay, but I'm saying but I can't go in there today and do it, right? So I got to wait for the order. So how many days?
Right.
How many days will I actually have of doing it when I receive the order?
30 days from when you have the registered order.
Yeah, no, I'm saying how many days to the eviction will I have to file the appeal to the eviction?
The eviction doesn't have anything to do with your appeal.
But you said that I've been ordered to leave, so how do I appeal that part of it?
Well, I guess you can go to Court of Clean Bench sooner then.
What's that?
Okay?
What's
you
that?
can appeal it sooner then. Okay,
Yeah.
but I don't think they'll be able to do anything about the termination date.
Okay, but I don't need. You're saying I don't need the application to go do it now. If I go down and it'll be open tomorrow or whatever, I can get it done. I can start the appeal on that part of the.
That's not what I said.
Okay, please explain. I'm taping it, so I just wanted, to make sure.
You can also request a copy of this hearing as well.
I would like to right now, actually.
Was that? Alright, so, what I said was, in order for you to appeal, you need to have the registered order in your hands, or else they won't know what you're appealing. Okay? And as soon as you get the registered order, you can make your appeal.
Okay. So that's for both parts, even the eviction part and the kicking out part at the time, right?
I don't know what you're going to appeal, so I cannot answer you.
Well,
Okay?
your decision.
I'm not here to provide. Okay, so you're appealing my decision.
Your decision and the whole that I was even heard today because it shouldn't have been here.
All right. Any further questions? If not, this concludes this hearing.
Can I ask you a question real quick?
Did she just
Okay.
go to court?
Just for clarification, this registered order, we go down, when is it available for pickup for us?
It's not going to be available for pickup. It's going to be emailed to you.
Oh, okay. Okay, so then as soon as I just print it off, I give it to Jerry, and then even if he appeals, he's still required to be out on the 25th?
I'm not going to answer that.
Okay. Okay, perfect. No, that's all. I just need to know how I get a hold of the letter, so I'll watch for the email.
All right. Thank you, everyone. This concludes
Thank
the
you,
hearing.
too.
Thank you.
as well.
I still wish for judicial review though, but thank you.